Man, you women hate me so much. Jeez, I'm on your side, whether you believe it or not. I really am, okay? So just bear with me for the next few minutes. Just imagine this for a second, okay? You're a woman like myself, and you have just posted a video talking about boundaries, respect, emotional maturity, masculine and feminine traits, you name it, okay? And you open your DMs, and there it is. The 47th message this week telling me that my content is damaging. You're ruining my 8-year relationship or my marriage or my 20-year marriage or whatever. My husband is watching your videos and sending them to me, and now he's checking out of the relationship, and I'm supposed to take all of the blame. You're ruining my marriage. Stop what you're doing. Guys, or should I say girls, ladies, come on. I've heard this far too many times, okay? I could write a whole book called Excuses Women Send Me at 2 a.m. But today, I'm not going to defend myself because I don't have to. I'm here to hand you the mirror that you have been dodging for years, because what's really happening isn't that my words are breaking up your marriage. Not the case. What's happening is I'm shining a light on the cracks that were already there, honey. And some of you are just terrified of what's staring back at you in that reflection. Stick with me though for the next few minutes, okay? If you're ready to stop playing small, stop blaming everybody else, and actually become the woman who chooses better, then this video is going to shift how you date, how you love, and how you see yourself and maybe your relationship forever. If you're here to stay comfortable and keep clutching on to that victim card, just hit pause right now because I am not going to be gentle. I don't roll that way, okay? So let's go. First, let's get one thing straight so you can never hit me with the "you don't understand women" card. I am a woman. I know exactly how emotional we can get. I know exactly how one text, one tone, one red receipt can send us into a freaking spiral, okay? Into a full dramatic opera scene in our heads. I know how reactive we can be. I know how our nervous system hijacks our logic sometimes and suddenly nothing makes sense. I know how beautifully messy and complex we are. I know we feel everything at an 11 out of 10, typically all of the time. And believe it or not, that's not a flaw. That is our superpower when we learn how to channel it instead of letting it run the show. But here's the part that most women conveniently just skip over. I've done the deep, ugly years of work on myself, guys. I've cried in therapy until my eyes were swollen. I've journaled until my hands are cramping. I've sat in the mirror at 3 a.m. and taken radical accountability for every single time I ignored the red flags, stayed too long, or picked a man because he had potential. I burned the old version of myself to the ground. And because I did that, I speak with zero doubt and full confidence now. I'm not some bitter girl throwing rocks from the sidelines. I'm the woman who walked through fire and came out stronger on the other side. And now I'm holding the flashlight so you don't have to burn as long or as painfully as I did, okay? So when you ladies slide into my DMs and calling my content damaging, I do not flinch. I honestly smile because I know exactly why it feels that way. It's hitting a nerve in you that you have been avoiding for so long, and now it's woken up. So let's flip the script on the 3 messages I get on freaking repeat. Your content is damaging. You're ruining my relationship. My man is using your videos as an excuse to avoid accountability. No, no, and hell no. Here's what's actually happening, sweetheart, okay? Your relationship was already on shaky ground long before you ever clicked on my channel. I didn't plant the poison. I just turned the lights on in a room that you've been sitting in the dark for years. If a man hears one of my videos and suddenly decides to cheat, lie, check out emotionally, or treat you like an option, or weaponize himself and send you my videos, he was already that man. I didn't create the monster. I just stopped you from pretending like he was a prince who just needed a little more therapy or just one more time, one more chance, right? No, wake up, sister. You want to blame a 10-minute video for the collapse? Sweetheart, sorry. And I don't like saying pet names, but I got to call you out a little bit. That foundation was cracked way before I ever pressed record or upload. And psychology backs this up, okay? People often ignore red flags early on because of something called confirmation bias, okay? Have you heard that term before? We form a quick positive first impression, then selectively tune out anything that doesn't fit the fairy tale that we've built in our heads, okay? We make excuses. We minimize. We do it until the lights finally come on. And can we cut the bullshit once and for all, please? For all, because this is a moment a lot of women will click away. So if you're still here, great. But if you're not, sorry, I lost you. Accountability is not a one-way street, my friends. You ladies love to scream. Men need to do better. Men need to take responsibility. And yes, they absolutely do in many cases, okay? But you cannot conveniently forget the part where you are also responsible for 3 massive things. Who you choose as your partner, what you tolerate with your partner, and what you ignore while whispering yourself that he's gonna change. He'll just change. No, he won't. You keep picking the emotionally unavailable men like it's your full-time hobby. You swipe right on the guy who's hot, funny, and gives you butterflies while completely ignoring his emotional depth is about as deep as a freaking teaspoon. You stay for years hoping he'll change while your self-respect quietly packs its bags and walks out the door without you. Then, when the explosion finally happens, because it will, you point at my video and say, see, her content did this. It's her fault. Oh, give me a break. No, babe. You built the house on sand or in a swamp and got mad when the tide came in or when it sunk, okay? That's not empowerment. That is a full-on delusional avoidance trap wearing a strong, independent woman costume. Victim mentality, blaming everybody else so you never have to own your choices. That is what's keeping you stuck. It feels safer in the moment. I get it, but it blocks real growth and healthier relationships. I'm going to paint 3 real pictures for you, okay? Names obviously are changed, but every single one of these women have messaged me. Every single one. Story number 1. Let's call her Sarah. Dated a man for 5 years. He never introduced her to his family, never posted her, never talked about a future with her. She told herself that he's just private, ignored every gut feeling. Then she found my channel. Sent me a 3-page essay about how I'm ruining relationships. And guess what? He cheated 2 weeks later. She blamed my video. I asked her gently, how many times did you ignore your situation in those 5 years? And guess what? She just went silent. Story number 2, let's call her Jessica. Married 8 years, and after kid number 2, her husband checked out emotionally. She stayed because divorce equals failure, right? Watched my video on boundaries, showed it to him, and he finally admitted, I'm not happy. Now she's in my DMs, calling me damaging. Sweetie, he was already gone. I just finally gave you permission to stop performing CPR on a dead relationship. Story number 3. You watching this, how many times have you stayed with somebody who made you feel small? Because leaving felt scarier than being disrespected every single day. Be honest with yourself. Right now, drop a number in the comments. I read every single one. Drop the number. Drop it. How many times, okay? No judgment, just real talk. Some of you don't actually want the truth. You want a warm blanket of excuses and a convenient villain so you never have to examine your own repeating habit. Some of you don't actually want the truth. You want a warm blanket of excuses and a convenient villain, right? So you never have to examine your own repeating patterns. You want to keep believing that you were the perfect angel and he was the only problem, because facing the fact that you've been choosing the same type of man since college would shatter that little comforting story that you keep telling yourself, okay? I'm not here to protect your feelings or coddle your ego. I'm here to rip off that freaking Band-Aid so you can finally stop bleeding on people who didn't cut you. My content is not damaging. It's not. It's just uncomfortably honest for anybody still addicted to playing the victim. And here's the part that actually will set you free if you listen to it. The moment you take radical accountability for your choices, You stop being a victim and you become the author of your own damn story. How freaking beautiful is that? Don't you want that? You stop attracting emotionally unavailable men because you finally stop being emotionally unavailable to yourself. You stop tolerating the disrespect because you respect yourself more and then you fear being alone. You stop hoping that he'll change because you realize the only person that can truly change is you. That's real empowerment, not the Instagram filtered version that I'm never going to give you. The messy, powerful version that actually works. So let me leave you with this. If you're still here after all of that, that means something inside of you is waking up. That means you're tired of the same painful cycles. That means you're ready. So here's your assignment, and I want you to do it today, not someday. Grab your little journal, open your notes app right now. Write down the last 3 men you gave your heart to. Be brutally honest. What red flags did you ignore? What did you tolerate? What patterns kept showing up? Comment below with just one word: mirror. If you're doing the work, and I'm going to heart every single one and reply personally back to you, okay? If this video